Kevin? Hello, Kevin? Kevin, he's the sound guy. We're just going to say a few words tonight. We are so glad you're here, and we're so glad this is going to be a great play. I just wanted to say real quickly that we all in the TPAC wanted to say, board, say thank you to Kate Hopkins. She retired. We wore her out, I believe. So we wish her well, and she has certainly offered to come and help us out at times. So we're grateful for that. Yeah, absolutely. She had her work cut out for her trying to keep me going. And now Mary Patel is the new assistant director. So would you welcome her with a hand also, please? Very fun. Right on. So grateful. Okay. So I just have a few things to say about coming up here on the shows. We have a great lineup for this summer. It's now available online that you can look it over. If there's anything that you feel led to help sponsor, that would be really, really appreciated, because some of the shows they start everywhere from $500 to up to $3,000 to $4,000. So it takes a village to raise kids, but it takes a village to keep the lights on here and the shows going. So any help, it would really be appreciated. So keep that in mind, please. Some of the shows coming up, starting next weekend, is Rock the Raft at Schoolhouse Beach, assuming the weather cooperates. If it's too rocky, we'll be on shore, and if the weather's too bad, we'll just let the raft rock by itself. But it runs from 1 o'clock until 3 o'clock, and it's free, and just come down and relax, and there'll be some fun music, and you can't go wrong with how beautiful it is, of course. Then starting right away in June, we're going to do 4 Lake Effect Radio hour plus 30 minutes this summer. It's going to be based kind of like Prairie Home Companion, but it's based on the island. So if anybody has any stories I can use, please direct message me them, because it's all, there's a lot of wonderful things up here that need to be shared, both historically, but also things that are just life and love filled. So we would appreciate any help that you could give us. And there'll be an archive show after that. And then there's a fundraiser for the TPAC and for the gym after that. And that'll be magician and dancing. And then after that, it's going to be a Grammy nominated and winning jazz artist from New York. Anyway, there's more and more. Look online. So I'm going to pass the mic to Mike, and he has a couple of things to say. Thanks for coming out and supporting it here.
Thanks, Julian. How many years now have we been doing this, Julian? You've been the director here for 4 or 5 years, forever. Yeah. Believe me, for me, I feel the same. But no, I'm just kidding. I wanted to take the time to thank the school for using the opportunity to use TPAC. We met with them last year, the superintendent, Tim, and we really felt that this building's being underused. And I'm just thrilled, our whole board's thrilled, that they're now performing here. So we hope we could do many more. I believe we're live streaming this on YouTube, okay? And it'll be recorded for showing later if you want to show some people that want to see what happened when you attended. And we have a radio station now too that we'll be using to promote these kind of events, plus many other things. Anyway, I just want to thank the school again, and thank you all 175 plus of you for showing up tonight. All right, thank you. Have a good show.
So, what have we got here?
It looks like a suicide.
Well, where's the body?
You mean what's left of it? It's being taken to the morgue. The coroner will be doing an autopsy later today.
All right. Then where's the chalk outline showing the placement of the body?
Well, it's, here, and, well, here, and So sorry, excuse me. Here and, well, here.
Whoa. Now, do we have a description of the victim?
We did find a driver's license on the body. Here's his photo.
I've never seen anyone so out of shape. He's so bald and pale. I think he's as round as he is tall. And his name is...
Humpty Dumpty.
Humpty Dumpty.
Yes.
So, why are we treating this one as a suicide?
Well, the witnesses say that Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall.
Well, why was he up there? Was he depressed? Was having a terrible autumn?
Actually, those who knew him said that Humpty Dumpty had a great fall.
Okay, who were the witnesses?
All the king's horses and all the king's men.
Horses. Don't know how well their testimony's gonna stand up in court.
True, but they are the main witnesses.
You know I hate when you do that.
Yes,
And yet you continue to pun.
well, I am the pun-isher.
Alright, so we've got Humpty Dumpty sitting on a wall, falling off to his death. Well, there's one problem.
What's that?
You saw those skinny arms and legs? How did he get to the top of that wall?
So what you're saying is this is not a suicide, but this is a...
Correct. I believe that this is an egg-cite.
In the nursery rhyme justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the detectives who investigate the crime and the magistrates who prosecute the offenders. These are their rhymes.
So, where are the witnesses?
We do have one of the horses.
Great, let's get her. Maybe she'll be able to give us a lead.
Yeah, or she might just stir up trouble.
Hi. I understand you were here at the scene of the accident. About what time did it occur?
3:07, I see.
Did you see Humpty Dumpty sit on the wall?
Nay.
Did you see Humpty Dumpty fall?
Nay.
Okay, this is ridiculous. She's not talking. We're never gonna get anything out of this.
You have to give her a break, sir. She has trouble talking.
Well, why's that?
She's a little hoarse. Let me try to question her. Can you tell us, in your own words, what happened?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It was terrible. It was horrible. It was atrocious.
Take it easy there. Let's rein it in.
Well, we were in our stables around the corner, and the guards were just tying on our feed bags, and suddenly we heard this giant splat.
And what did you do to help?
Naturally, all the king's horses and all the king's men tried to put Humpty together again.
And what stopped you from doing, well, just that?
Well, for one, none of us made it through all 4 years of medical school, let alone the 5 years of residency needed for organ replacement surgery.
And what else prevented you from putting Humpty back together again?
No hands.
Now there's that.
Did you know Mr. Dumpty?
Nobody really knew him. He was pretty obnoxious and didn't have many friends.
A bad egg, huh?
Well, if that's all, I've got to go.
Thank you. We won't keep you. What do you do here in town, just in case we need to contact you again?
This horse holds a very important position. She's the town mayor. She's the town mayor.
You deal with this every day?
That's why they took away my gun. Are you the old woman?
My, aren't you the charmer?
Are you the old woman who lived in a shoe?
Who's asking?
Detective Green, NRU.
No, I'm not the old woman who lived in a shoe.
That's strange, coming from someone who lives in a very shoe-like building.
No, you've got me confused with someone else. I'm actually the young woman who lived in a Birkenstock.
A Birkenstock.
Yes.
Aren't Birkenstock sandals?
Well, I did do some remodeling lately. Young woman, you got a problem with that?
No, ma'am.
Look, ma'am, we just like to ask you a few questions. May we come in?
Not from Child Protective Services, are you?
No.
Or Housing Code Enforcement?
No.
Or the Department of Homeland Security?
No, ma'am. We're from the NRU, and we're investigating a suspected murder.
Murder?
Yes.
If it's just a murder, come on in. Don't mind the mess or do. I don't really care. Can I get you gentlemen anything? Coffee, tea, broth without any bread?
Hey, broth sounds pretty good.
Sorry, ma'am. We're on duty. Are these your kids?
Yes, that's Mary and Larry.
Mary and Larry. Well, they're really...
Cute. Yeah, ain't they?
Did you have a renter here by the name of Humpty Dumpty?
What do you mean did?
His body was found near the wall. It was a terrible scene. I mean, we're both pretty shell-shocked.
Did Mr. Dumpty rent from you?
You could say that. He was always behind on his rent, though. He had trouble holding a job.
So what you're saying is he really had to scramble for work?
And you are?
This is my partner, the punish, sir.
Oh, I see.
So, Mr. Dumpty, Mary and Larry?
No, that's Carrie and Barry.
Carrie and Barry. Well, they're really...
Cute. Yeah, ain't they?
So, Mr. Dumpty was a loner, no friends.
He had one person meet him regularly. I'd say about once a week.
Do you know their name?
I never caught her name.
Can you describe her?
Oh, she was gorgeous. Stunning, really. Arms like an angel, long and elegant neck. A little too much eyeshadow, though.
That sounds like Swan to me, Detective.
It does. Does the name Beautiful Swan ring a bell?
No, that doesn't sound familiar.
Well, her name used to be Ugly Duckling before she legally changed it.
Ugly duckling? Well, of course. Humpty spoke to her all the time on the phone. I never connected the name Ugly Duckling with that vision of loveliness who came calling at the shoe.
One would not think that someone so fair could be named so foul.
So, Swan and Mr. Dumpty, Carrie and Barry?
No.
Mary and Larry?
No, that's Sherry and Harry.
Sherry and Harry, well, they're also really... Hey!
Cute.
Yeah, ain't they?
So, Swan and Mr. Dumpty, when she came, where did they go?
They had this meeting that they went to regularly, some sort of support group.
Do you know the name?
Love, optimism, self-esteem, respect, support.
Losers?
It's a group for people with low self-esteem.
Now, Humpty Dumpty would be natural for such a group, for a pasty-faced, bald, rotund guy, but Beautiful Swan?
Well, I imagine, you know, as a swan, she was always feeling down.
So, the support group, Sherry and Harry?
No.
Carrie and Barry?
No.
Mary and Larry?
No, that's Jerry and Perry.
Jerry and Perry, well, they're also really...
Cute.
Yeah, ain't they?
So, the support group, do you know where they met?
I don't, but Humpty gave me the phone number. If I ever needed to contact him while he was out, I'll write that down for you.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Stumpty and Swan, were they in a romantic relationship?
Yes, they were at one time, but just recently, Beautiful Swan broke up with Humpty. Said she needed to find herself.
So Humpty got dumptied?
You deal with this every day?
That's why they took away my billy club. Thank you.
Here's the phone number.
Thank you.
Oh, Jerry and Perry?
No.
Sherry and Harry?
No.
Carrie and Barry?
No.
Mary and Larry?
No, that's Terry and Engelbert.
Terry and Engelbert?
Yes.
Wow. And you're an old woman.
And I live in a shoe.
You have so many children.
I don't know what to do.
Well, thanks for answering our questions, ma'am. Here's my card. Call us if you think of anything else that might help us in our case.
This is ridiculous. This is insane. No pie in the face. This is
Cute.
Yeah, ain't they?
All right, everyone, it's time to begin. Now, Georgie, we've talked about this. If you sit next to the girls and start kissing them, it will make them cry.
That, and the fact that I've got a restraining order against you, remember, you've got to keep 10 feet away from me, Mr. Georgie Porgy Puddin' Pie.
Pudding pot, really? That's your last name?
Yeah.
Is that Danish?
No, it's Dutch. Dutch apple specifically.
10 feet, 10 feet!
Who would like to go first? Jack Be Nimble, you're the first to volunteer. That shows you're gaining some confidence. Tell us about an exciting accomplishment of yours this week.
All right, so I set the candlestick up in the middle of the floor. I do some stretches to loosen my muscles. Nothing worse than a pulled hamstring, if you know what I mean. Then I approach the candlestick. I chalk my first step and leap over the candlestick. And it was nimble and quick. Now I did it without the benefit of performance-enhancing drugs.
That's it. The candle is what, 4 or 5 inches tall? What's great about that?
Georgie, positive, supportive comments only. What's the rule?
Don't be a party pooper. Tell everyone they're super duper.
That's right.
Fine. Gee, Jack, that's a time achievement. I bet you make the Olympic candle jumping team.
Continue, Jack.
Not only did I clear the entire candlestick, but the candle was lit.
Is it on fire? Did you have to be treated for third-degree burns?
Georgie, I think that's very brave, Jack. And it shows that Jack be nimble and Jack be quick.
Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. What are you, a rap star now?
Thank you for sharing, Jack. Who would like to go next? Well, I see we have a new person with us today. And you are?
Blue.
Welcome to the club. This is losers after all.
Mary, you know I hate that acronym.
Hey, it beats the old name of our group. We really expect terrific, cheerful, happy endings daily. Come on, Blue Boy, you can figure it out. We really expect terrific, cheerful, happy endings daily.
Wretched?
You've got it.
Okay, I'm awful at picking out group names. Now let's get to know our new member, shall we? Now tell us, why are you blue?
It was my father's name.
Excuse me?
You see, I'm Little Boy Blue.
Blue, that's a weird last name.
Says Mr. Puddin' and Pie.
So, Mr. Blue, why have you chosen to join our little group?
I've been fired from my job.
What was your job, Mr. Blue?
Well, I worked in stocks.
Oh, an investment broker?
Shepherd.
A shepherd, really?
We'll get to your particular problem in a minute, Bo Peep. Now, Mr. Blue.
You can call me Boy.
Finally, a man who knows his maturity level. Can I call you little boy?
No, Boy will do.
So, Boy, do you mind if I ask why you were fired?
Negligence.
Negligence?
Well, you see, the sheep was in the meadow and the cow was in the corn.
Why didn't you blow your horn? Yeah, you are the boy who looks after the sheep.
But I was under the haycock fast asleep.
Did you wake him? No, not I. For if you do, he'll be sure to cry.
Yup, that's basically it.
Wow, we sure have a lot of crybabies in this group.
No. I kiss the girls and make them cry, not me.
Oh, and that's so much better.
Georgie, Swan, that's enough. Mary, how was your week?
Ugh, I still feel like I'm being followed.
10 feet, 10 feet.
There's this lamb. Its fleece is white as snow. And everywhere I went that week, the lamb was sure to go.
She's just imagining things.
No, I'm not. It followed me to school one day. Isn't that against the rule? Why, yes, but it made the children laugh and play to see the lamb at school.
Why didn't you blow your horn to scare it away?
Do continue.
And so the teacher turned it out, but still it lingered near, and it waited patiently until I did appear. Why does the lamb love Mary so?
I believe that Mary loves the lamb so. Mary, this should make you feel very good to have someone so attached to you. It's a reflection of your inner worth.
What does that say about me, Doc? I've lost my sheep and I don't know where to find them.
Calm down, little Bo Peep. If you leave your sheep alone, then they'll come home, wagging their tails behind them.
You've been saying that for the last 3 years! Ugh! Last night I was trying to fall asleep, so I dreamt I was counting sheep in my head, and before I got to all of them, I kept falling asleep. And when I finally fell asleep, I dreamt that they were fleeting and bleeding behind me, but when I woke, I found a joke. Maybe they don't love me enough like Mary over here. Maybe I don't love them enough. Maybe I don't love them enough.
Maybe I don't love them at all.
That's not true, Georgie, and I'm standing up to it. You, blue boy.
That's boy blue.
Whatever, little boy, you're shopping shoes out of work, right?
Well, actually, I was looking to collect a little unemployment travel, find myself. And,
While you're finding myself, you can find my sheep too.
Okay.
I'm avoiding all haycocks, wherever those are. I can't be sleeping on the job.
Excellent progress, Bo Peep. You're not just sitting around anymore. You're taking matters into your own hands. This is a very big step for you. We'll see you next week, Bo Peep. Good luck, boy. Swan, have you seen Humpty Dumpty?
I'm sorry, Doctor.
I'm Dr. Foster from Gloucester.
Detective Green, NRU. I'm afraid we have some very bad news for you.
Oh?
Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall, and Humpty Dumpty had a little accident.
And I thought he was making such good progress in this group.
What are you saying?
It wasn't a very pretty scene. We're both very sorry.
This has been a very emotional evening. Given this bad news, I think we'd better adjourn to collect our thoughts. We'll continue next week.
Miss Swan, we understand you were a friend of Humpty.
I know you're probably shattered by the news, but we were wondering if you could answer a few questions.
He was feeling very fragile this week.
But you wouldn't say he was close to cracking up. Now, would you?
Why, no, he was just feeling a bit mixed up, but he's been way more positive than I've seen him in a long time.
Starting to look on the sunny side of things. This isn't going to go over easy, Miss Swan, but we suspect foul play.
You mean his fall was no accident?
We don't believe so, Miss Swan. Can you think of anyone who may have wanted to hurt Humpty Dumpty?
Besides the kids who rolled him for his lunch money, I can't think of anyone. I mean, it's hard being the ugly kid or the fat kid. I should know. I was bullied as a child, too.
But he was making excellent progress in this group.
Miss Swan, can you think of anyone more recently who may have had it out for Humpty?
No, not anyone. Sorry I couldn't be of more help, Detective.
Thank you. If you think of anything else, give us a call.
Thank you, Detective.
We'll let you know if we find out anything else, Detective. Come on, Swan. I'll drive you home.
Notice anything unusual, Detective?
No, what do you mean?
Well, Swan didn't seem too upset for being Humpty's only close friend.
Well, sometimes the shock has to set in.
I don't know.
You suspect Swan? There's no way she can be a suspect.
And why not?
Deductive reasoning. She's not a nursery rhyme character.
Ugly duckling? Beautiful swan. Yes, she is.
No, she isn't.
Yes, she is.
All right, then. If she's a nursery rhyme character, then what rhyme is she from?
Well, Mr. Smarty, it's Hickory Dickory Duck.
That's Hickory Dickory Dock. The mouse ran up the clock.
Diddle Diddle Duckling.
That's Diddle Diddle Dumpling.
Oh, Little Miss Ducket sat on her bucket.
Little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet.
Now I know you're lying. There's no such thing as a tuffet.
Yes, it is a tuffet. Don't get me started on curds and whey.
Tuffet? No kidding. Really?
Yep. The Ugly Duckling is a story by Hans Christian Andersen. I don't think he's related to Mother Goose.
Not one clue so far. We're gonna have to think extra hard to solve this case.
Now, I'd watch yourself around here, Punish. The corner has a lot of very sharp objects. Hopefully she's found something for us by now.
Ah, detective. I'm glad you and your partner can make it out so soon. Have I got something to show you?
I was hoping you'd be done by now. I don't have much of a stomach for this.
Come on, be a man.
You'll need to put these on.
What do we need these for?
Hello, giant egg. You want to get salmonella?
Oh.
You'll need to put these on too.
And these are for...
Regulations, health inspectors, you know.
Oh.
Well, if you hand me that whisk, we can get started. Thank you.
Here you go. So, what have you found so far?
Well, I've examined the outer body. I had to be very careful.
So you feel like you're always walking on eggshells?
I've heard about you. You're the new guy, right? The pun-isher?
Well, I see my reputation precedes me.
It does indeed. The word of the department is that you have 15 Eighth Amendment violations filed against you.
Psh, Eighth Amendment?
Cruel and unusual punishment.
Oh. Anyways, the victim died of severe trauma to the head, chest, and pelvis.
All three?
Well, with this victim, his head, chest, and pelvis were all one and the same. But here's what's interesting. If you look in here, you'll notice that it is all white.
All white. That's funny. Where's the yellow?
Funny? Why is it funny? I don't get the yolk.
Make that 16 violations of the Eighth Amendment.
And there was no yolk. So does that mean the perpetrator had something against cholesterol?
Or he was making a meringue for a massive lemon pie.
Why do you say that?
Not only was the yolk removed, but the white is fluffy.
So Humpty was beaten and then whipped?
17. Detective, could you hand me that spatula?
Here.
Thank you.
So, the killer must have been a health nut, or someone who really liked pie.
Or both.
Or both. Sal, can you tell us anything else?
Humpty had a tattoo.
A tattoo? Of what?
It was just the words grade A large.
Seems pretty conceited for someone like him.
I suspected all along that he was an egomaniac.
18. Sal, what else do you have for us?
Humpty's body had traces of food coloring on it, and the carton he was brought in on had an expiration date on it.
So he was dyed when he died?
You put up with this every day?
That's why they took away my chainsaw.
That's about all I've got for you. Care for an omelet?
Hey, that's not.
This isn't Humpty, silly. I just haven't had breakfast yet. Just some forensic humor here.
Hey, don't mind if I do. Yeah, that's really tasty.
And good for you. High in protein and no cholesterol.
So, she was all mad at me because too many late nights at the office, Punish. Where's the attention for me? So, my ex-wife still misses me, but her aim is getting better. Her aim is getting better. Come on, I know you can hear me. What are we doing here, detective?
Following an instinct. Sal said that the perpetrator must have been a health nut or someone who really liked pie. Now, if I can remember correctly, Jack Sprat could eat no fat.
And his wife could eat no lean.
Exactly. So Jack Sprat would be the health nut who would be worried about cholesterol.
And his wife would be the one to eat a giant lemon meringue pie.
Exactly. And I think this is the place.
Yeah? What do you want?
Hello. Does Jack Sprat live here?
Jack? What do you want with Jack?
We'd like to ask him a few questions. May we come in?
Come on in. We've got nothing to hide.
Wow, you must be Mrs. Sprat.
What made you say that?
Well, Jack Sprat's wife could eat no lean, and I'm guessing lean cuisine's not on your menu.
Nah, I never eat no frozen dinners.
Yeah.
You coming in or just stand there with dumb looks on your faces?
Right, if you could lead the way.
Could I get you gentlemen something to eat? Donuts, pork rinds, lard?
Lard?
Yeah, I just spread it over a couple slices of Wonder Bread. Or I eat it straight out of the can.
That'll stick to your ribs.
That'll stick to your ribs.
And to the walls of your arteries.
That explains why Mrs. Sprat isn't very tall. Crisco is shortening.
You sure you gentlemen don't want something to eat? Donuts, pork rinds, anything to keep your mouth full?
No, thank you, ma'am. We'd just like to ask your husband a few questions.
Is he here?
Jack is indisposed.
Indisposed?
Yes, he's running.
Running where?
In the shower. He's so skinny, he has to run around the shower to get wet.
When he gets return mail, it reads, "Return to slender."
During a thunderstorm, he can stand dry under a clothesline.
His favorite song is "Lean on Me."
If he stands sideways and sticks out his tongue, he looks like a zipper.
He'd make a great magician because he's slight.
Mrs. Sprat, if you can just get your husband.
Jack, get in here.
Yes, dear?
These two flatfoots want to ask you some questions.
Yes, gentlemen?
Mr. Sprat, where were you on the night of October 13th?
I was doing some baking.
Would that baking involve pies, perhaps?
Why, yes, but I don't see why.
Because a Mr. Humpty Dumpty was found whipped and beaten on the night of October 13th, and you have to break a few eggs to whip up a pie. Why don't you, Mr. Jack Sprat, if that is, in fact, your real name?
But...
Give me no buts, Mr. Egg Cracker. Murder, in this case, was a half-baked idea.
But...
Are you going to talk, Mr. Patsy Chef, or shall I pun again?
Punish. What's the big idea?
I was on the very urge of getting
Yeah,
into...
but it's my turn to be bad cop. You were bad cop last
No,
time.
it's my turn to be bad cop. And besides, my name is Punisher. I am natural as the bad cop.
Look, I'm tired of being all charismatic and, oh, you want some coffee, you want some water, can I take off your thumb screws?
Look, I don't care. It's my turn to be the bad cop.
No, my turn.
You gonna talk, Jack? Or say that pun again?
Hey, I know my rights.
Shut your pie hole, pie man. Now talk.
But...
You heard me. Shut up and talk.
Punish, calm down. It's okay, Jack. I know just how you feel. Do you want me to get you coffee, water, or take off your thumb screws?
Thumb screws?
Sorry, got ahead of myself.
Look, I know what you two are up to, and I'm not talking, so if you don't have any evidence to arrest me, you two can just leave.
Oh, Jack. Let's think extra hard for a moment. Are you sure there's nothing else you want to tell us? We've got a picture here of from a witness of you beating egg whites. It'll be Exhibit A.
Stop the punning. I'll tell you, I'll talk.
Don't say another word. We know our rights, we want a lawyer, and we're not talking until we get counsel.
Jack, what were you two thinking? You're nursery rhyme characters. We expected better of you. You should set a better example. Now you'll get exactly what's coming to you.
You put up with this every day?
That's why they took away my taser. All right, you two are under the arrest for the murder of Humpty Dumpty. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
I have an idea.
Hey, great idea.
Sure, ain't no fat, but I find other uses for it.
Thank you. Now, as I was saying, if you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you by the jury.
All rise. The People versus Jack Sprat and his wife, Part 32. The Honorable Judge is now presenting. Court is now in session.
Prosecution, you may call your first witness.
The people call Simple Simon.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I didn't dig that hole in the garden.
What?
That's the whole truth.
No, I meant the whole truth, not leaving anything out.
Oh. Yes, but I did dig that hole. It's a good hole.
You may be seated.
So, Simple Simon, you met a pie man?
I was at the fair.
What did you say to the pie man?
Let me taste your ware.
What did the pie man say to you?
He said, let me see a penny, but I hadn't any.
You hadn't any penny.
I've never had any cents.
Objection! Yes?
1, this testimony is going nowhere. 2, penny and cents is an obvious pun, though solely belong to the punished, sir. And 3rd, the witness is obviously mental.
Mental? Is it someone not conforming by the throughout process of dominant culture?
No, I meant.
Or by mental, do you mean by someone who is not appreciated by the materialist?
No, I meant.
Or by mental, do you mean someone who is stupid?
What I meant, Judge.
That's judgmental for you.
Oh, yeah, right. I withdraw my objection.
Your objection is withdrawn and overruled and hung by the neck until dead. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may continue your testimony.
Oh, where was I?
No sense.
So, is the pie man in this room, Simple Simon?
Yes, that's him right there.
Let it be noted that the witness pointed to the defendant, Jack Sprat. Now, what did you do when the pie man wouldn't let you taste his wares?
I followed him back to his house.
Okay, what did you see there?
I saw him baking pies. He used fresh lard in his crust.
Or fat?
Yes, fat. And he used meringue. The fluffy white stuff on top of the pies.
Did you say he used fresh egg white?
Yes.
How did you know it was fresh?
Well, I saw him beating the egg whites out of a giant shell. And I took a picture of it.
Enough with the gasping, it's getting annoying.
Is this the picture?
Yes.
Let it be noted that this picture will be filed as Exhibit A. I have no further questions for this witness.
Defense, watch yourself.
So, Mr. Simon, is it?
Yes.
And you go by Simple?
Yeah?
You also go by other names, too. Is that true?
Well, in the schoolyard, the bullies call me Simple Pimple, but my therapist tells me that I...
Don't you go as Peter Pumpkin Eater, arrested for keeping your wife in an pumpkin shell?
Well, it's been a while since that, and I...
Also known as Wee Willie Winky, arrested for being a peeping Tom and running about in your nightgown.
Well, there's a logical explanation for that.
Also known as Tom the Piper's son, arrested for pig napping.
Well, listen, I can explain it.
Isn't your real name Crooked Man? You have a crooked cat who call a crooked mouse, and you all live together in a crooked little house.
Yes?
You've got quite a rap sheet. Why exactly were you outside of Jack Sprat's household and with a camera?
Well, I'm an amateur photographer.
Amateur? Isn't it true that you've been paid a great deal for your photographs? And as Wee Willie Winky, you were arrested for extortion?
I was only arrested. I was never convicted.
Maybe you were never arrested because you have incriminating photos of the judge presiding in this case.
Jury, ignore that last statement.
Why do you feel the need to testify against Jack Sprat today?
Well, I feel it's my duty as a citizen.
Your duty? Didn't you, why were you outside of Jack Sprat's, so you were outside of Jack's, did the prosecution offer you immunity in exchange for your testimony today?
Well, it's only fair.
So your testimony is bought. How come you had a camera when you were outside of the Sprat household?
Well, I was an amateur photographer.
Your Honor, I am done with this witness.
You may step down. Defense, you may call your first witness.
The defense calls Jack Sprat.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
So, Mr. Sprat, is it?
Yes.
The last witness said that he saw you beating egg whites. Is that true?
Yeah, it's true. Hey, there are no logins beating egg whites.
True, but the witness said that he saw you beating them from a giant eggshell. Is that true?
Yeah, it's true. Grade A large.
I'm warning you, one more gasp and it's a gavel to the noggin.
Where did you get this giant piece of egg?
From Mother Goose.
Mother Goose? The Mother Goose?
Yes.
Your Honor, Mother Goose is right outside of the courtroom. I suggest that the bailiff go and grab her here to the witness stand for questioning.
Your Honor, this is most irregular. Indeed, this is most irregular.
Well, I do recall the last witness saying something about photos that might be incriminating. We could bring him back up here.
Bailiff, go grab Mother Goose. Be careful, she's got quite the temper.
Honk, 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 honk. Unhand me, you honk. This is police brutality.
Bailiff, did you have to arrest her in the middle of traffic? We heard all the cars honking.
That was her doing her honking, Your Honor.
Swear her in, bailiff.
I think she's ready to swear, Your Honor.
What the honk is going on here?
Jack Sprat is on trial for the murder of Humpty Dumpty.
Murder? Honk of my son? And what do you think you're doing, you honking judge?
Well, it's just that,
Yes?
the next person I said would gasp would get the gavel to the noggin.
Gasp.
Perhaps I was too hasty.
Darn tootin'.
Is this the first time you've heard of the murder of Humpty Dumpty?
Murder? Honk of my son? Yes, it is. Who did it? Was it that nasty Mrs. Sprat?
I never! Why do you think the perpetrator was Mrs. Sprat?
She was always jealous of my son's figure.
But Miss Sprat was an alibi for the night of the 13th.
The 13th? You're saying my son was murdered on the 13th?
Yes.
That's impossible. He was fit as a fiddle this morning at breakfast.
Go ahead, gasp away, see if I care. What do you mean still alive? His body was found at the bottom of the wall.
That wasn't his body, that was his shell.
What do you mean?
Humpty is my son. He's been living with me for the past 5 years after graduation. He's quite smart.
I suspected all along that he was an egghead.
Hey, one more outburst like that and I'll hold you in contempt. In fact, with puns like that, I already hold you in contempt.
As I was saying, Humpty is my son, but he would never move out and get his independence. I mean, sure, he moved out for a little bit, but he was living in a shoe, for goodness sakes. And I was still doing his laundry and packing his lunch. That's why Beautiful Swan broke up with him. When she broke up with him, that was my last straw. I mean, I'm not one for mixed marriages, but I thought they were beautiful swan was the right bird for him, and I wanted grandchildren, so I pushed him out of the nest.
You pushed Humpty out of the nest? You murdered your own son?
Murder? You hawk and accuse me of murder?
Calm down!
I will not calm down.
Now, Mrs. Goose, no one here is accusing you of murder.
Of course not. We think we found the murderer already.
Nonsense. I pushed him out of his comfortable shell, but I haven't murdered him. I'm meeting him for lunch today. In fact, here he comes now.
There you are, Mom. I thought we were doing lunch.
You all know my son, Humpty Goosey.
Yeah, I'm independent now. Got my own condo. I just made my first down payment.
Hey, that was supposed to be my pun.
That's right. All puns belong to the overworld.
Your Honor, seeing as the victim is alive and well, I suggest...
Agreed. Case dismissed. The defendant is free to go.
Well, it just goes to show you, Detective.
And what's that?
Don't count your victims before they've hatched.
You know what else, Punish?
What's that?
They may have taken away my billy club, my gun, my pit bull, and my taser, but you know what they never took away?
What?
My cattle prod. Let's see you jump over the moon.